you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
This is that shit that you bump in the ride. Don't listen to lyrics, just fuck with the vibe. I can say anything you wouldn't mind. Like 10 pennies, I change up on a dime. I'm pretty diverse, got a good sense of just how much I'm worth. Just haven't been heard by that person preferred. This ought to do it, I need that referral. It's a cold world, I feel like Gucci go bird. Put on a sweatshirt like Earl. We fairly odd, our future is broad. PSG mob, ASAP, how we need all the guap. Got my dudes doing head nods. Yep. Anyone else is a deja vu of themselves. I can outdo myself on the next song. It cannot be done. You can ask my mom. I'm the prodigal son. I don't keep old flows, not one. I make a hit then run. Stack my paper like a mailman truck because it's all about the funds now. My girls just wanna have fun now. They deserve to be so uptown. We came from living on the edge. It was rough around, so we run to town. Little old me, just a hunt.
Duval. Welcome to Jags Nation. I am your host, Ray Cruz. We on the All Sports, All Place Network. We are going to talk about the Jaguars in London at Wimbledon Stadium against the Denver Broncos today. I'd like to welcome you to Jags Nation. Duval, the official Jacksonville Jaguars show here on the All Sports, All Plays Network. We are going to the UK clash, where the Denver Broncos and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, this game, the Denver Broncos versus the Jacksonville Jaguars at 9:30 a.m. It's going to be exclusive on the first time on the ESPN Plus network from Wimbledon Stadium in London, England. This is the England game that the Jaguars play once a year here. This year they draw the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. How healthy is Russell Wilson? We will talk about that today. We'll cover that. We'll cover how the Jacksonville Jaguars can defeat the Denver Broncos. Can we, the Jag Nation, travel over to Jacksonville and help our London friends and root on the Jacksonville Jaguars? So we have a lot of people going over there from Jacksonville to go over there for this one-time event a year. This is a home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It will help the community here. That's why the Jacksonville Nation will go over there. It's helping bring business here. We have brought a lot of business because of this game and brought some money back into the Jacksonville area here in the north corridor of Florida. So what do we see here? Jacksonville comes on a four-game losing streak for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. They have lost to the Houston Texans. They have lost to the Indianapolis Colts. And they have lost to the New York Giants. The Jacksonville Jaguar in their past game, they are only losing by 6 to 7 points this year. They have not been blown out anytime this year. They have lost to the Washington Commanders. That makes up their loss records. They have beaten the Indianapolis Colts second week. They have beaten the LA Chargers the third week. Then they are now on a four-game winning streak. Can they stop their winning streak against the Denver Broncos? The Denver Broncos have now also coming in on a four-game losing streak. They have lost to Las Vegas Raiders 32-23. They have lost to the Indianapolis Colts 12-9 in overtime. They have lost to the Los Angeles Chargers 19-16 in overtime. They have lost to the New York Jets 16-9. So, what do we anticipate from this game? Jacksonville is favored by 2.5 points. The underdog, the Denver Broncos, at a +2 for the underdogs. The over-and-under in this is 40 points. Capacity crowd of Williams Stadium could be up to 86,000 people, screaming people here in the UK. This is called the UK Clash. Once again, a special time start here in Jacksonville, Florida, on the East Coast. It will be a 9:00 game on 9:30 game on the East Coast. It will be a 8:30 game on the Central Division. It will be a 6:30 a.m. game on the West Coast. And if you really want to go all the way over to the cross to where Hawaii is, it will be a 3:30 a.m. start over in Hawaii. 6-hour time difference here from the East Coast. So there you go. That's the time zones there for you. If you're living in that time zone, and if you're a Jag fan, you can tune in at those times on the ESPN Plus. I don't know if they will keep it as a recording. So if you miss the game, you can go back. But if you have the neat thing called the NFL Plus, if you have subscribed to the NFL Plus, you will be able to go back and watch this Jacksonville Jaguars game too if you missed the time zones change. If you're in church, I will be in church during this game, but I will keep it on because I have Hulu. So I'm able to listen to the game through my earpiece while I am in church. Also, will probably attend the first service, so I'll miss a few minutes of that telecast. But after that, on Sunday, this game is 10:30, October 30th, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. The post-game show will always be at 9:30 p.m. on the Jacksonville Jags Nation on the All Sports All Plays Network. Will go up for about an hour after the game at 9:30 p.m. on Sunday to get the post-game reaction and the breakdown. Hopefully, will be a Jaguars win and an impressive winning fashion on the Jags Nation. So we're going to break down that here. We brought down a little bit of that for you. I'm going to break down what this game is going to be. If you're listening to this game, if you're listening to this broadcast right now, if you're listening to it, it is a tape broadcast. So if you put something in the comment sections, I will try to answer it. But I will be at a concert tonight, a concert when this show airs. That's why I had to tape it earlier today. So this is a tape. So if nobody answers the comments back, you know why. If your comments don't show up on the show, it is because it is a tape show. I had to tape the show because I'm taking my lovely wife to a Luke Bryan concert here in Jacksonville, Florida at the 5-Star Memorial Arena. Is at 7 p.m., same time as the show. So I went on here and taped it earlier. So I wanted to give my Jag Nation fans an opportunity of a breakdown of the game. So we get that out of we get the format out of the way. You can see it here. That's why we don't have too much graphics on the show today. I didn't have enough time to build the graphics because I am in school also. Excuse me. I mean, I'm in a broadcasting school at Full Sail University. I am getting my broadcast degree, my bachelor's degree in sports broadcasting. So I have taken on double duty here. I am an upper echelon of the Jags Nation. I am a upper president of the All Sports All Place Network. So a lot of duties to go on with that. And I am the web developer for the All Sports All Plays Network. So I have a lot of hats here on the network to keep the network going. And also about telling you about keeping the network going. We want to go ahead and tell you, we are monetized on our Facebook. If you're watching this on our Facebook, hit the stars, support us, send us some money for great content on the All Sports All Plays Network. It's just not benefiting the Jags Nation. It's also been all the shows on the All Sports Plays Network. We are advertising for every show. If you like your show that you like on the All Sports All Plays Network, help build contents for the shows. Help build the network. It takes a lot of money to run the network, and we are always gratitude for some donations from our fans if you want to help out. So next month we have a big thing coming up. I will be talking to you about that on next month on Sunday to start November. November is what we call it on the autism spectrum, Giving Tuesday. So the All Sports All Plays Network will be attending. I don't know if it will be all shows. Right now, it's going to be on my shows, the Jag Nation, the ASAP in the all sports, all places in the morning. It's going to be on my Wrestling Hour show on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. It's going to be on my Jags Nation, both Jags Nation shows. It's going to be on my College Breakdown show starting in the month of November. And also, we got going on the College Breakdown show. Me and Dre Montez starting in November 1st. I have been shaved. I have shaved my beard off, my goatee off. I have shaved my head, my hair. I have kept it shaved. On November 1st, I will not shave again my beard or anything on my facial hair. I will let it all grow out for a whole month. Dre has challenged me. I will tell him I will not shave on no shave November. For the whole month of November, I'm gonna let it grow out from the 1 all the way to the 31st to see how much hair I can grow out all at one time. So pay attention to that. You can see me on all my shows. I will be scruffy looking here momentarily, and probably about within the week terms, you will start seeing some hair growing all back up on the facial area, the beard, the goatee. There will be no shaving on the outer perimeters of my body because Dre wanted to see if he could pull it off. I told him I look like Luke Ferrigno with my hair growing out, so that's the thing for that. So that's why you haven't seen the beard has been shaved. The goatee's been shaved for the last couple of days and stuff. So that's going on there. So, I just wanted to tell you about that. All right, let's go right into it. I want to bring up my keynotes. It's always the keynotes here on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am big on keynotes. What do I mean by my keynotes? We're going to talk about the win the third down efficiency, to win the red zone, win the penalties, win the turnover battle, win the time of possession. Jaguars wins. Jaguars has won every time they have completed all 5 of these keynotes, and that's why this stays on the keynotes. If you want to be a sponsor of the keynotes, we are looking for sponsors on a different type of sponsor on all our shows. I am looking for sponsors for the Jags Nation. My keynotes will be up for a sponsorship. If you want to run your team, if you own a company and you're watching this show, you want to advertise on the All Sports All Place Network, let me know, because I will put your company as a sponsor of my keynotes. So I'm looking for a sponsor of keynotes. I'm looking for a sponsor of this Jags Nation here in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you're watching it from Jacksonville, Florida, if you own your own business, you wanted some advertisement here, come on and reach out to the All Sports All Place Network. You can email me at raycruz@asapsportsnetwork.com. I will put it up here momentarily. I'll have to let me get a banner up for it here. Let me put it up here. If you want to sponsor the show, let me type it up. Sponsor. All right, like I said, I am looking for sponsorship here. I am looking for a business sponsorship for Jag Nation. Please contact me at raycruz@allsportsallplaysportsnetwork.com. That is my email address. You can email me there if you want to be part of this, and we'll talk about the air times and how much it will cost to run as a sponsor on the network. And I am looking for different sponsor for different segments on my show. Like for the keynotes, I like to have a sponsor for the keynotes. So it would be like something so like this. All Sports All Play sponsors the keynotes of the Jag Nation. So that's what I'm looking for there too. So it'll be brought up here up through the show here. Like I said, my key notes is winning third down efficiency, win red zone, win penalties, win turnover, win time possession. And if Jaguars win all 5 of that, there you go. You will have it there. So you'll see here on our different things going here on Jag Nation at 9:30 p.m. is the game reaction show. Jag Nation on Friday at 7 p.m. is the breakdown opponents for the Sunday's game show. So, and you can see me live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at the All Sports All Place Network. So you can see the banner running down there. We'll move it down. We got the schedule on here too. So if you see that coming across here in a few minutes, that's why. I want to go ahead and take my keynotes off here a little bit here. Let's move it down here. On that, there you see my keynotes. That's what we're going to be talking about today on this day. Let's just continue on. You know, I'm a big guy on statistics and analysis and stuff for the Jaguars and stats. So Jaguars is getting a 51.2 to 48.2% for the Denver Broncos to win this game. So Jaguars at 51.2. Tie is at 0.6% from the ESPN matchup predictor. If you look at Russell Wilson, who missed last week on a hamstring injury update here, right now we're going to go to the injury report. This could be brought to you by a sponsor. Like I said, we are looking for sponsors here on the Jags Nations. If you're looking for, I'm looking for a business sponsorship for Jag Nation. Please contact me at ray@allsportsallplace.com. This injury report could be sponsored by another company. So, you know, that's what we're looking for. Different segments could be sponsored by. You get some airtime. You give us a commercial. We put it on there. We run the air after these segments. So we're looking at the injury report brought to you by the Jags Nation. The Denver Broncos report looks like Tom Compton, the guard, he's out. It was dated back October 26th. They made the injury report. Easting Bassi, the corner, he's out. That was on the 28th. It was updated on the injury report. Baron Browning, the linebacker, he is out. That was dated on October 28th. And Caden Stearns, safety, he's out on October 28th, also documented. And Tyree Cleveland, the wide receiver out of the University of Florida, he is out on October 28th, was reported. The Jaguars are still injured reserve is Shaquille Griffin, the cornerback. That was updated on the 26th of October. And Jamal Yegnu, the wide receiver who was out last week, is questionable. That was updated on October 27th. That's the two people fully on the injured reserve. Let's see if we got any full reports here on the injured reserves here besides these players here. So I'm bringing up the full report right now on the injured reserve. So Russell Wilson was listed. He's not listed anymore on there. So we're going to look at that's the whole here for the thing. So he's not listed on the full injury report. So Russell Wilson will get the start here in London. So that's always a good news for the Denver Broncos fans. Could be bad news for the Jaguar fans. But this is not the same old Russell Wilson that was with Seattle. And we have beaten a Russell played team, but this is a different team. This is a different animal because their defense is pretty good here. We got to look at this situation here. Russell Wilson is 116 out of 198, 1,442 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars is 155 out of 246 for 1,707 yards for 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Remember last year, Trevor Lawrence had he had like 20 interceptions last year total. He's got 4 this year, so he has cut down a little bit of his turnovers, but he had big turnovers in that week 2 and that week 3. We had a total 7. He has slimmed that down a little bit too. Melvin Gordon III, 6'6" carry, 234 yards and 1 touchdown. Travis Etienne is now the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars since they traded James Robinson to the New York Jets this week. Just let you know the Jaguars have traded James Robinson this week. We will talk about that a little bit more and what it comes up with going to affect the Jaguars situation. And Travis Etienne with 68 carries, 415 yards, and 1 touchdown. He is now the number 1 running back here on the Jacksonville Jaguars depth chart. And the receiving yards will go with Corey Sutton for the Denver Broncos, 34 receptions, 454 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Christian Kirk for the Jacksonville Jaguars with 32 receptions, 458 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is your start. All right, we're coming in this. The points per game. Right now, the Denver Broncos are averaging 14.3 a game on offense and 16.4% a game on the defense. The Jaguars coming in with 22.1 per game for the offense to 19.6 what they're giving up on the defense. The yards is pretty much almost evenly here. 347.6 yards total for the Denver Broncos. The breakdown of passing yards is 238.1 for the Denver Broncos, and their rushing average is 109.4. Jacksonville comes in a little bit better at 381.3 total yards of offense. That breakdown of the yards of passing is 243.9 to the rushing yards of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They rushed for 137.4 yards. And what the defense is giving up, the Denver Broncos total yards on defense is 310.1 average to the Jacksonville Jaguars 358.9 as an average. Break down to 310.1 for the Denver Broncos. They're giving up 197.3 yards passing. On the rush, they're a little bit better there on the rush of 112.9. So they're pretty much even balanced on their defense here. They're stopping the pass and stopping the run. They're keeping them under 200 on both. Jacksonville Jaguars 358.9 is broken down like this. They have given up a lot of passing yards, 248.6 yards a game on the defense. So if the Denver Broncos offensive paralysis of passing, that could increase a little bit here on this game. Also, the Jacksonville Jaguars is only giving up. It's a little bit better against the run than the Denver Broncos. They are only giving up 110.3 yards rushing a game. We already went through the last 5. We went through the weather. The weather forecast has not really been broadcast what the temperature is going to be over there. Let me see if I can get you a temperature for London and Wembley Stadium. I don't know if they put their forecast out, so let's see what we got here. They're looking at Sunday, 61% chance of 61 degrees, 70% chance of rain, 82 is humidity. On Sunday, that is Sunday's temperature forecast. Winds will be 12 miles per hour, scattered showers for the game in London at Wembley Stadium. Excuse me, I got a little sinus problem. So that is your update forecast there. So what you see coming down at the bottom here, you see the Jacksonville Jaguars remain scheduled. Week 8, Sunday at 10 on the 30th of October at 9:30 a.m. at the Denver Broncos at Wimbledon Stadium. This is our London game. Then we have next week on week 9 will be a 1 p.m. game at Las Vegas Raiders. Then we have a bye week coming up after Kansas City game on the second week of I will be on Red Kingdom during the week. We'll be breaking down the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs on the Red Kingdom. I will invite them to come over to the Jags Nation on Friday at 7 o'clock. If they can show up there, we'll do a breakdown show on the Jags Nation with the Red Kingdom guys too. So that will be our special guests here on the Jags Nation when we play the Kansas City Chiefs. They are the Kansas City experts. So we'll break it down together with the game with them, and I will do it on their show also on the All Sports All Place Network. You can see their show at 2 p.m. on Saturday. They do a great job of breaking down the Kansas City Chiefs game. If you want to know about the Kansas City Chiefs, then you can hear from the Red Kingdom guys. They come on at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the All Sports All Place Network. So here we go. Let's break some of this game down here. I know I'm in a little bit of a time crunch. I have to get this show in, get it set up, and I have to go pick up my kids later on. This is a tape delay show. This is a pre-recorded tape. I taped this at 12 o'clock in the afternoon here on Friday. So I just want to let you know, if nobody answers back on the text, if you don't see your stuff come up, that's why it's a pre-tape show. All right, we'll get that out of the way a little bit here too. So let's break down this clash here. What can we see? The good question is, this is the UK clash. This is the Jags, the Broncos. Both teams are trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Who will break the 4-game losing streak? Will it be the Denver Broncos or the Jacksonville Jaguars? Jacksonville Jaguars has the last 2 games they have a winning streak coming in and out of London. So that is a good barometer for them going over to London. Can they do that? Can they do it once again? Come out and snap a thing. This is Jacksonville's coach, Doug Peterson, understands Nathaniel Hackett's predicament. So, yes, there have been rumors. That if Nathaniel Hackett does not win this game out of London, that he could possibly be fired after the game. So that's some big news. This is out of Hull, England. The Jacksonville Jaguars coach Peterson understands Nathaniel Hackett's predicament. The first-year coach with the Denver Broncos is still learning on the job, which can be unforgiving. Peterson also said, this is a quote from Doug Peterson himself when I did my research, it's all about winning right now. It's about winning right now. That is exact words from Doug Peterson. It's about winning right now. The NFL stands for not for long. Remember that. The NFL stands for not for long. If you don't win right away, you can fall under that statement of NFL stands for not for long. So just remember how with the NFL thing, it stands for the National Football League, but people, you can use it not for long also. So the Broncos and Jaguars limped into London with a 2-5 record. Both teams on a 4-game losing streak. The winner at Wilmington on Sunday has a chance to reboot their season before it is too late. That is correct. This is a must-win for both teams. Must win for both teams. That's the implication of this football game. It is a must win for both teams. The Broncos will enter the season with much higher expectations after trading for Russell Wilson and handing the quarterback a $245 million contract extension. Peterson is in his first year in the Jacksonville Jaguars as the Jags tried to recover from Urban Meyer's tremendously stint with the franchise. So let's take at this game here. We know what they said about the Denver Broncos. They were 1 quarterback away. They got the 1 quarterback. Now they're a coach away. You traded some asset. You got rid of your coach. Everybody believed that they were 1 quarterback away. They got the quarterback they thought they got, Russell Wilson. But they also changed coach. So now the fans are probably saying in Denver, we are 1 coach away. So I told people when the Denver Broncos, I even said it on some of these shows I was on. I said once the Denver Broncos got Nathaniel Hackett, it was the wrong move. I know the people in Denver say, hey, you're wrong about keeping Fangio. I would have kept Fangio and added Russell Wilson. It would have been a different team. You would have had continuity there. You would have had continuity. But, no, you wanted to bring in Nathaniel Hackett because they thought if you bring him in, that he was going to bring over Aaron Rodgers with him. That did not work out so great for the Denver Broncos. So now they're sitting here struggling on offense. They had a game, I think the kicker kicked 5 field goals in a game. Not scoring touchdowns, that's a big key. Big key for the Denver Broncos and the Jaguars defense. Got to keep them out of the end zone. They said Wilson practiced again on Thursday, officially listed it as limited. After being held out of last week's 16-9 loss to the New York Jets because of a strained hamstring. It had a good day of practice today. Looks good. We're just going to keep on monitoring day to day and make sure he's okay, Nathaniel Hackett said. That's that. Brett Rippon filled in against the Jets, threw for 225 yards with 1 interception. Wilson was optimistic about starting and turning the season around. We control the outside noise by how we play, he said. Russell Wilson said. This is a quote from Russell Wilson. It said that for every day, that starting with me, starting with everybody across the team, it's our coaches. We're all in it together. That's what the Jacksonville Jaguars need to stop. We don't want to get him comfortable. We want to have him not comfortable in the pocket. If Russell Wilson cannot be a dual threat quarterback and keep him in the pocket, we could possibly make him a statue back there. So that means our Jacksonville 904 team has to come and play. We have to put pressure on the quarterback. We have to contain Russell Wilson. We cannot let him get outside the pocket and destroy us on the run. That is a big, big, big thing that we have to do. Denver is holding the points at 16.4 points per game, but has yet to find a way to kickstart its offense. Their defense is good. It is good. It's going to probably be one of the better defense that we have played so far besides the Eagles. So that means Trevor Lawrence has got to be on his P's and Q's, not turn the ball over. Play like Trevor Lawrence has played in the last 2 weeks. Getting the ball down the field, getting into the end zone. What the Jaguars' problem is, the Jaguars' problems is when they play great up through the first, second, third quarter. Then they go to the sideline and hit a panic button or something over there, and they start what they did the first 3 quarters, they go away from in the fourth quarter. We have to put a complete game on this field from the offensive perspective to the defensive perspective and special teams. We have to play all the phase to great. We have to go back and play like we did the second and third week of the season. We have to dominate in my keynotes. We have to dominate these keynotes. Yes, I am mentioning the keynotes again. Win third down, win red zone, win penalties, win turnovers, and win time of possession. You win the ball game. If Jacksonville can do all 5, they're undefeated. So let's go look here. Let's look at how lucky is the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. Will the London luck continue for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Wilson and Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence both have played victories on their resume in London. Both quarterbacks have a resume of winning. Jacksonville 23-20 win over the Miami Dolphins at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last October snapped a 20-game losing streak. For Lawrence, the number 1 overall pick in 2021 NFL draft, it was also his first pro win was in London at Hotspur Stadium. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in last October. It was a great game to go 3,000-something miles for our first win last year. It was awesome, Lawrence said. The stadium, the fans, the city, everything was really cool. Lawrence has thrown for 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions this season, on pace for a big improvement over his rookie year. Yes, big improvement. He has rushed for 3 scores in the past 2 games. So he's starting to kill you with the passing and his legs. So they're starting to help the running game. In 2018, Wilson led Seattle Seahawks to a 27-3 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders at Wilmington. The key thing here is a heavy workload coming up for Travis Etienne, since he is now the RB1 of the Jacksonville Jaguars since the team traded James Robinson to the Jets on Monday for conditional 6th-round draft pick. So, James Robinson. What are we missing from James Robinson since the draft? Let's bring up a little bit of stat news on him a little bit here. What did James Robinson bring to the Jacksonville Jaguars over his 2 seasons? James Robinson was 5'9", 219-pound linebacker, running back. He's age of 24 years old, out of the Illinois, undrafted out of Illinois State. He's 3rd season experience in the NFL. He's 19th, 81 attempts. He's tied for 29th with 340. He's got tied for 14 with 3 touchdowns, and he's 4.2 is 34th so far overall in this season. So that is James Robinson's 2022 stats. James Robinson so far this season and games going all the way to let's start with the Chargers, where he had 17 carries, 100 yards, 5.9, 1 touchdown. He only had 8 carries and 29 yards and 3.6 against the Eagles. He had 10 carries, 27 yards, 2.7 yards against the Texans. Against Indianapolis, he had 12 carries, 54 yards, 4.5, 14 yards was his longest. So he did not play a single snap against the Giants because I think they were working on the trade, so that he played maybe 1 snap and then got targeted 1 time in the passing game, and that was it. So he's not really done too much. He's not really done too much on the season. If you're looking at fantasy points for him, he's position ranked number 20 in the fantasy. He's 83. He's on 83.3% roster, and at 1.5 he is dropping. Changes in the last 7 days percent. He is dropping. So that's a little detail on James Robinson there. So if you're looking at that, if you really want to know what his career stats here in Jacksonville is, for rushing, he had played in 35 games, 487 yards, 485 attempts, 2,177 yards, averaging 4.5 carry, 18 touchdowns, 58 his longest yards, 113 FD, and fumble. He fumbled 4 times and only lost 2. Receiving, he had 35 games. He has caught total of 89 receptions for 117 yards, 89 receptions out of 117 targets, 612 yards. Receiving, 6.9 is average, 4 touchdowns, 28 is long, and FD is 28, and he had 3 fumbles, no loss on the thing. So, and he had no completions. He was sacked 1 time. They tried to do a halfback pass. He got sacked. And defensively, he only totaled 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 attack. That's because they had interception. He had to make the tackle. His career scoring is 35 games. He has 0 pass. He has 17 rushes, 3 receptions. He has 20 total TDs. And he scored 120 points in his career so far here at the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he has no kicking return. So FD was, looking down here at the chart, FD was rushing for first down. So that's what the FD was for first downs. So a little bit on James Robinson there, little tidbits there as we continue on. We're going to look right now at Travis Etienne. He's sharp snap. Etienne is sharp as snap with Robinson during the first 7 share snaps with Robinson during the first game. Etienne is faster, shifter, and better out of the backfield than Robinson. He was the 25th overall selection in 2021. We missed all of last season because of foot injury. He is fully healthy. I feel like it's Travis Etienne's comments here. This is exactly what he has stated. This is a quote from Travis Etienne. Quote, "I feel like it's on me to grow up really fast." He continued on, "As a competitor, you want to be that guy. Now it's here. Now I have my own plate to look at. I don't have to take off no one else's plate." There you go. So now, Running back redo. Denver Broncos new running back rotation with Javon Williams and Mike Boone on IR consists of Melvin Gordon, who loves to fumble. Jacksonville, listen to that. He loves to fumble, so you can try to get in there and strip his ball out. He's not very good at keeping the ball. He has a lot of fumbles on the career. Recently signed Latavius Martin and Marlon Mack, who was signed with the 49ers practice squad just before the Broncos flew to London. Max is a 6-year veteran who has appeared in 49 regular season games with the Colts and the 49ers. So we know a little bit, the Jacksonville Jaguars knew a little bit about Marlon Mack with the Indianapolis Colts. So let's put a stop to his resurgence. While Murray sat out his first game with the Broncos after playing for the New Orleans in London on October 2nd, Mack has a good chance to play against the Jaguars. There is a lot of carryover from where he was with the protection and the run game, Hackett said. We're going to stay the go here. Patton Broncos GM said there's nothing intimate ahead of the NFL Tuesday trade deadline. Outside linebacker Bradley Chubb's name has been frequently mentioned. Peyton said, we want to keep all of our core players, and he's one of our core players. As if the Broncos are a seller, he responds, we're going to do what's best for the team. So, that is the situation here for the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Which team is going to come and play their best game? Can we see the resurgence of Jaguars week 2 against the Indianapolis Colts, where they dominated on the line of scrimmage on the offense and the defense, dominated the game, shut out the Indianapolis Colts 24-0, did not allow a score. If that Jaguar team come out and play, and they play against this Denver Broncos team, and the Denver Broncos offense struggles like they have, Jacksonville could leave London with a nice victory over Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. What that means to you, Jacksonville defense, I'm talking to you specifically. Put pressure on Russell Wilson, test that hamstring, and see if he's okay. We have tape. We have to look at the tape of Rippon last week against the Jets. You see what he can do. We have to prepare for both because we don't know exactly what the health issue with Russell Wilson really is. They're not telling you, so we got to prepare for both. We have faced Russell Wilson when he was with Seahawks. This is a different Russell Wilson, a little bit older Russell Wilson, a different offensive Russell Wilson, a different complex of Russell Wilson. We have to keep him in the pocket, force the ball down the field. We got to play great pass defense that we have not played in a while. They started back with the Indianapolis Colts passing. We did not stop the passing all game long when Matt Ryan was back there. Now Matt Ryan is gone from the Colts. He's been benched. Russell Wilson has the same capability to do what Matt Ryan can do to us in the passing game. That means we have to put pressure on Russell Wilson. That means we have to contain him in the pocket and put pressure on him. And we got to force the inside help on Russell Wilson. What that means is your defensive ends has to rush up the field to a running quarterback. That means your inside guys will be vulnerable to be susceptible when they step up in the pocket and before he exit out. They have to be in there. We have to get the defensive line in the backfield more times and keep Russell Wilson at bay. That is the best proposition that you can do to this team. If you look at some of the stats here, the Indianapolis Colts, the Denver Broncos, they averaging 238.1 yards passing, 109.4 yards rushing. We have to keep that. We have to hit that. We cannot let them get over 200 yards passing. We cannot let them do that to us. We cannot let them be balanced. We have to stop the rushing game. a rushing attack. Make them one-dimensional. Fire off on them. We have to do that. That is going to be the key for the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Denver Broncos. That's what we need to do here today. And I'm going to touch on my keynotes one more time, and then we're going to get out of here. The keynotes is win third down efficiency, win red zone, win penalties, win the time over possession, win the time of possession. We win the football game. We win all 5. We are undefeated this year. So, thank you for watching. Sorry this was not live. This was a tape show. But I have to meet some of my wife requirements. And this is a date night for us. We don't go out too much. This is our favorite country singer. Got tickets, so we're taking to the concert tonight. That's why you're watching a tape delay of Jags Nation. I want to get it out to my fans here on Jags Nation. I know I missed a couple of shows last 2 weeks. I've been kind of sick with my sinuses and just finally got back where I could start verbalating really good. And still got a little bit of coughing issues. That's why you see me drink a lot of liquids while during the show, trying to keep the thing not making me cough so much. So I am Ray. This is the All Sports All Place. This is Jag Nation, and I want to say a farewell for the night. I will be back on Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. There will be a live reaction show of the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Denver Broncos over in London. Hopefully it will be a victory show, not another fifth loss straight time. So let's go, Jacksonville. Let's go, Duval. Have a good night. I am Ray. This is Jag Nation on All Sports All Plays Network. Everybody have a good night.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. We're talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.